Is the grind with your host Nathan, and today I'm in the city of Masvingo, and on the show we have Olinda, who is into beauty and cosmetology. I hope I pronounce it right. So yeah, guys, let's go straight into it. And welcome to the show, Olinda. This is the grind. Can you just walk us through who is Olinda?
Okay, Olinda is a 24-year-old lady born in Mutare and raised in Masvingo. Studied at Midland State University and graduated last year.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
She is not married. She is not married. Okay, fine. Olinda, can you walk us through like the journey from when you started Sheku Hustler, when you started kugadzira vanhu nzwara, kutanga kutengesa and paying into business?
Okay, I actually started business in Form 6 and I ended up as Moto High School. I tengesa my braids with my friend, I still remember. Then it happened, Kuti, I wrote my A-level in June, all of the 3 subjects, right? So, ndakabva ndatoti ndichitonyora June, chipasa, then August the results came, I didn't go for 3rd term, Form 6. Yeah, so like, what should I do? You know, you'll be just home. So I had the other sister of mine who had a shop in town. But my little sister, you have to come. Shop. So writing is also on the cosmetics. So now I was, let me just try these things. I think I might like them. Then I tried. I remember doing my sister's and it was like a shatter. But then I was actually doing it in Ndaka University. Then when I went for, because I was supposed to go for a match intake, right? And remember this was August. So I had the whole of 5 months. So I was actually trying to find something to do. I bought a little stuff. I started doing step by step, you know. Then I went to college. I started getting clients, but I was actually doing it at a very low price than anyone else. Because I actually wanted to earn some clients first, you see, that clientele. So I started doing my roommates. I remember that the roommate laughing at me, Olinda, this is but through the journey, I watched tutorials. I watched a lot of tutorials so that I keep up with the trends and all. Then when I was in college, yeah, I could do that. Then when I went to attachment, it was quite tough to balance work and hustle because the work was demanding and the hustle was quite demanding as well. Fast forward, when I went to level 4-1, like I actually had to stop everything that I was doing because I had to focus on my dissertation, of course. Then when I was level 4-2, that's when I rented a space in town, a very small space. But then I was not there, so I was actually paying rent due to a good school.
Like you were in Guero, you were in Masvingo. You were in Guero.
I was in Guero. But some lady who had a small space told me that dineka space kangandinako. Asindikushaya mna nodene anorenda. Osikuka diary. You see. Now I was like, I want it, but I'm still at school. Bo, sakano singakade ndodine ndotsvaga mwana anorenta. So let me just sacrifice my pocket money because let me just sacrifice for these 3 months. Then so that after college, nozwana bekutangira. Other than starting from scratch, kuti wapedza, wakushaya kuti doitira papi, apo you have the skill already. Yeah. So in fact, in the journey, from level 1, I had to shandira someone because I didn't have enough money for buying all the resources that I wanted. So I had to shad under someone who but that.
So sorry for holding you. So you're saying that while you were at school, at the same time waita zvechikoro kuchishanda kubasa kana kuti waitiza chikoro kuchishanda. Can you walk us through that journey?
Okay, like I was actually doing this hustle on holidays. Yeah, when I'm at school, I'm doing my own clients at very, very low prices. Then per holiday, that's when I was employed to that lady. Ndichishanda under her, but ndichita vanhu price ari right because I was under her. Then I could get paid end of month or by commission. I could actually choose what I actually wanted then.
So like Uruchkoro, how then would you balance like your school stuff and hustle Then also, can you just tell us why to meet like the degree that you were doing back at college?
Okay, the degree that I was doing is actually off, like completely off what I'm doing right now. I actually studied information systems, right? So it was actually difficult for me to balance it, but I thank God for the friends that I had, honestly, because sometimes you see ukaona tuma clients unototi pasvika ena tumari waizia unongoziva kuchikoro. So my friends would actually say, no, today we're going to school. We are not doing this hustle today. I do my lectures, and they could help me. In fact, I actually have to thank my friends for everything. Like, they stood by me. So I could actually balance with my days and then my lectures. Though that's when I could take some bookings and some clients. Then can close the one with him. But Tuesday and Wednesday, yeah.
You have raised an important issue pertaining like the people in your corner. I know pretty well the people you associate yourself with, they really shape like the person that you become, even in the future, or in the things that you do in the hustles and the businesses, even how do you think like the people that you call your friends, they influence like their contribution in whatever thing that you do in life? How can you tell us, like, in line with the things that you have been through and in line with the experiences that you've been through, even which core, how can you walk us through that?
Okay, I can actually say, if you have bad, even the Bible says bad company corrupts good character. If you show me your friend, I will tell you your character. So I feel like I'm actually sure that friends, they play a very crucial part in who you become, in who you want to be. If you ask, for me, they played a very good part. I don't want to lie. So if you accompany yourself to silly people, you'll be the silliest person in the universe. But if you accompany yourself to people who are very focused and who encourage you, they play a very crucial role, because they'll be influencing you. Friend, do this, do that, do this. So I think people should actually be very careful when choosing friends and life partners and all that.
You should be very careful when choosing friends and life partners. Now, if fast forward, like from college, now you're into neo-cosmetology.
Yeah.
Neo-cos, let me just call it neo-cos. Do you feel like fulfilled? I know you need degree or info systems, right? You need degree or info systems. Do you feel fulfilled, or do you feel accomplished, like doing Zenzwara, while you know in degree totally opposite of what I'm currently doing?
Yeah, of course, human beings will never be completely fulfilled by anything and will never be satisfied by anything. But then as yet, like, I'm actually thanking God and I'm satisfied, honestly. And knowing that I did information systems, yeah, I did it and I'm keeping it. I love it because I feel like going to school actually made me to think better and to handle business better than I should have done it in education. Because yes, as much as I was doing my information systems, but that exposure helped me to see this is what I want. I'm not saying I don't want my degree. I love it so much. I love it so much. But then you see, I've actually realized that doing your own things these days is actually paying off than doing some of the jobs, right? Because if you actually calculate the amount that we earn, you see probably unongotoropa duze noma kwenda kubasa or makayenza na upangwa pamsoro mbijana pamwe iwori pasa simbijana, but zongozotaka kunofana na at the end of the day. Plus nenyaya ukuthi zinongozo satisfied. I don't want to lie, I'm actually satisfied, honestly.
She's satisfied. But Mdara na moms, How do they see it? Like they paid fees, man, from grade 1 to grade 7, from form 1 to form 6. You went to university for 4 years, man. How do they see it? Like, do they appreciate the person that you are becoming, and at the same time, okay, fine, or don't you think, or do they also feel like you should be probably somewhere like doing what exactly they sent you to school to do?
There was one big struggle at the beginning of the business. Like, it was one big struggle. Because they actually saying, no, you should focus on this degree. Because they're actually paying fees, of which they were right. Like, I really understand them. But then, if you have something that you love, that you feel like, this, I love it, you should actually persuade them. In fact, I actually persuaded them that, you see, Mama, Daddy, so this, and that. I actually convinced them. To the extent that these days they are very supporting, very satisfied. They just love everything these days. But at first, it was one huge struggle. But yeah, now it's fine.
Early this year, late last year, you bought your first car, right? Okay, we're going to take a short break, and when you come back, we're going straight into it. Say first car and the other side hustle that she's doing. We'll be back just now. Welcome back to the show, The Grind, with your host Nathan, and we're back, Olinda. Can you now walk us through like the boutique? I'm sure you have a boutique, right? And balance say boutique yako kuno traveling and the likes.
Okay, I think that's actually one big struggle. It is, because you see, it's actually very difficult to balance a service and a product when you're actually supplying it at the same time. Because you see, a service is actually time demanding, like it needs you, like the whole concentration and all. Then when you're selling a product, you need to restock and everything. So it's one big fight. But then what I actually do is, it just depends on where do I want to travel to. But then, yeah, I want to order. Okay, let's say for example I want to go to Zambia, right? Monday morning, going to Harare by bus, of course. Then Harare around 2 mokwira bus Makaranga Lusaka, and Masuka Lusaka around 2 o'clock. Kutoto bobuka lodge married that yeah, more rara from 2 from 2 o'clock around 5 up to Bebuka. Because you would want to start with the prices and all, you compare. Then around 12:30 on Tuesday, Makubuda Mulusaka, Maku Zukere, Harare, Muruska Harare Muswe Wednesday around 2 o'clock. Then you just sleep where you are, and it's just sleep where you are. 4 o'clock you're hiring a taxi. Okay. Masaga, because you can't carry those sagas alone. Whatoti my taxi paya around 4 on Wednesday. Moska Mbari, you know Mbari, right? Oh, kwakuto itahasore kukwira bus. So bus ratuno kwira zvedu rinosvika around 9 o'clock in the morning mumasvingo. Mosvika 9 o'clock in the morning. Apo you have my bookings emuso Wednesday yo. Nibu notonati from 10:30 I have to take bookings. Then kwakusvika kushop kwakungoverenga zvinhu izvi zvakati. Then boys dziriko dzotodini dzorongedza zvinhu and everything. Usati watombogeza wotongotaga kabath wotongo dai. Then you wear other clothes. Then you sit on a chair. Because my bookings, you have to satisfy your market. You can't tell one you're booking for 10:30, then you can't make it for 10:30. So you just have to make sure that you are there. Then also make sure to my clients are higher, probably up until 10 Manero. Right. So you see, it's not easy. 10 washka kumba maybe unoti by 10 mashops mazhinji anenge avhara munomutown wasvika kumba of course vanhu vabika but maybe food haichadzii pamwe maybe vabika zvinhu zvausiri kuda you have to start again, you see.
So Olinda, what's like the motivation behind you doing all that? Like you are really hustling and you are really working hard. Tell me what's the motivation behind your hard work and everything?
Okay, my motivation is I just don't want to be the person that I was yesterday. Me, my family, especially my family, like I those guys, they struggled so hard for us. You know, life was not easy back then, and they could spend each and every penny that they could have enjoyed on paying our fees and making us a better person. So it's actually my wish to make them even better people than what they used to be. Then besides parents and family, I myself, I think I want to retire early.
And I want to retire early.
Yes, I want to retire early. So I feel like if I really work hard now, then I don't want to be like, you see, I see sometimes when I come out and everything, but maybe mbazi, mtorina umwanova, kuvatokura unyati munu akura, and age yake kakutaja simuza saga, it's now very difficult for them. So inini, I don't want to be like that, you see. Dola kuti listen to kasavita zunuzangu, ndaita this and that, then I rest early, so that makore kuti wakura, unenge wakungowana zvinhu from the investments that you made. Wakungokwanisa kusisina that you, because kana wakura wachikwanisa kuti kana 10 wakamuka, of course you know azvibudi. But then yeah, that's what I would want to do. Like I don't want to kusvika age yehombi nichimoshata.
I'm loving the take home part yekuti no matter where you go, remember the road that leads you home. Like despite whatever thing that you may be doing in life, we really have to take care of our family. We need to look up to our parents. Do you know those guys that have really worked so hard for us to be where we are, and it's a must actually, so that we take care of them. Now, your first car, you bought your first car last year, this year. Can you tell us, people sometimes they really want to know, were you ethical for you to get the car? Especially ladies, they can do anything and everything to get things. Now, can you walk us through, like, how did you do it?
That was the hassle. This hassle made it happen, and savings, of course, because you know sometimes it's not about how much you earn, but it's how much you save. Because you'd see with someone they earn a lot of money, but then you know what? Yes, what did you do with that money? That's what matters the most.
Wait, it's not about how much you earn, it's all about how much you save.
Yeah, how much you save. Because maybe you earn $300, right? Then you earn $300. Okay, let me start with $700. You earn $700, right? Then you want to stay in an expensive house, maybe in some suburbs here in Mashingo, in Zimri Park. That's $300 rent. So automatically it's around $400, right? Then you would want my electricity bills, your personal things that you might want. Then at the end of the day, was around $50. I was still in America. Positive you are earning $700. Positive you are earning $300. That person is staying $50 per room, and my expenses again everything. I'm not $100 to spare. So if that person saves $100 per year, we are ena Maria Kawanda, anenga ine Marishoma. As we are ena Marishoma, anenga ine Maria Kawanda. So that's where the statement is coming from. It's not how much you earn, but it's about how much you save. So I actually saved for that money, and I could make sure that if I sell my things, the profits is up aside, like financial discipline. Because I don't know that cash, but I'm not going to buy it until I have this that I want, this and that. Because you see, yeah, of course you were right. They're actually doing anything to get money. But you know, from the morals that we were taught when growing up, we were taught to work for what we want.
Now, on a more lighter later side, I have heard or I have seen a lot of ladies, especially you are only 24, right? And you are, of course, you are successful, you are becoming a success already, and there is a brighter future. Already you are at 24 and you have already bought your first car. Don't you think like at some point you scare off men, like you scare off my face, my potentials? It's it's one of those things whereby nechitoke fine netsoka dzangu dzazitana dzanosvikira mazana. Don't you think it kind of like scare off men potentials?
I don't think so, because I personally think that the person that loves you, besides the fact that you might earn more than them, you might earn just the same amount that they earn, or you are earning below them. If it's vice versa, unotoona kuti vamwe varume vanotoenda kumusha unotsvaga usikana webasa votovatora ikoko and they make them their wives. Asi vane madegree vanenge vakaenzana navo vanenge varipo. Yeah. So I think you just attract the men that's attracted to you.
You just attract the men that's attracted to you. Saka zvekuta naye unosvikira zvina pressure.
Anzi kutanadza unosvikira, anzi kana tisingadzisvikirika chatotsvaga muti totobaya kuti dzisvikire.
Adzobayiwa newaya kuti dzigodora. Okay, Olinda, to a young lady who's out there is a girl who's in Mzarabani, there is a girl who's in Gokwe, Nembudzia down there, there's a girl who's in Harare or who is in the UK, who's facing some challenges and who's thinking probably, I can't do it as a girl child, and you have proved Kutizana is possible. What message of encouragement would you give to someone probably who's about to give up, like bahasora arikuita or kuchikoro or whatever thing that she is trying to do?
Whatever thing she is trying to do, if you're trying, keep trying. The good part is you're trying, because that's the biggest advice that I am always telling people, that I tell about things or that I motivate about any business. The thing is just to get started, just try, because when we tried several times, tishunyazvotonzi pamwe wapitopedza kuita client but izvonzo wandita izvi guys mahwani. And if I could want to get motivated, just demotivated, then ndakasiya kare ndakatotsvaga zvimwe handiti, but just because I knew that I want this, that's what I want. So even if ndisiri kugona now, I'll be a better person tomorrow. I will keep on trying. So, and it's not about the amount that we have to start anything, it's not about it, but just start small and keep trying. Okay, it's a loss, reinvest again, tanga foot from zero, you rebuild again. It's not about how many times you fail, it's how much you learn from the failures.
It's not about how many times you fail, but how much you learn like from the failures. Now, Olinda, as we come closer and closer to the end of the show, we normally have some questions like you were asked by someone we interviewed in our previous conversation. You are also going to ask someone who's coming after you, but definitely don't know the person. You just give us a random question. But the previous person we had on the show, akabvunza akati, if whatever thing that you are planning to do right now, whatever thing that you have, the plan A that you have, if it fails, be it mukwasla, be it in relationships, be it in your spiritual aspect, what would you do?
Okay, if plan A fails, let me take Msaidire business. I feel like it's actually best to invest in at least 3 different lines of businesses and have at least 3 different investments that we have, or maybe 5. When I'm saying that, I'm trying to mean, okay, maybe you have the personal savings that are home, so that's a lump sum figure that you're actually carrying. You have a shop, which means at some point, kana kumba kukacha figure irikacha, at least I have a shop. That's plan B. And it's kana shop ikacha yehembe. at least there is a neoba ichandipa mari. Kana zvese zvikamuka zvatsva, at least I have a car. I can sell that car and bring back to the business. So I think you actually have to invest everything that you might want, especially besides the business, per different investments, just in case one investment, because shit happens. My buildings are not, but when it comes to spiritual and other things, you have to keep on pressing hard. Whenever it gets hard, you should know that there's this other verse that I like. In the end, you dancing kushinga kutipa kukunda, kukunda kutipa tariro, which means that chekutanga kushinga kuti you can say actually those days my spiritual life is very down. Shinga and it's kushinga koko, keep on praying, keep on fasting, keep on asking God the things that you want. Kushinga koko kunokupa kukunda, you conquer. Nikushinga and kutokonga ikoko kokupa hope that tomorrow is going to be better. And definitely Mwari havanyadzisi. That's one thing that I've always experienced. I've always told people Mwari havanyadzisi. As long as you pray, God doesn't leave you alone.
As long as you pray, God doesn't leave you alone. Wow, words of motivation from Olinda. Now like I've said, there's the next guest we are going to interview. So I want you to give us a random question that you would want us to ask them. Just a random question.
Just a random question that I would want you to ask them. Okay, I think I would want to ask them that I am seeing it's very close to this one that this one asked it. Kuti, if the worst happens, what will you do?
If the worst happens, what will you do? Wow, nice. As we get to the end of the show, what last words would you want to give to our viewers out there?
Okay, the advice that I would want to give is that you shouldn't stop if you feel like you want to do it. You just find ways to convince everyone who is around you that this is what I want. And if you are really sure, if you really know that this is what you want, please go for it, number one. Number two, make sure you choose the right company, because bad company corrupts good character. That's number two. Number three, always make sure you invest back to where you came from, your parents. Because even then last but not least, you should pray. You can't do anything without God, honestly. Pray for your business, pray for your household, pray for your family. Just pray and trust me, things will go well, honestly.
Above all hands, just pray. Olinda, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. And I really hope the next time we'll be back to where are we like with the hustle and with the grind.
Thank you so much, Nathan. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. Until next time, bye-bye.